I'm delighted to be joined by Shauna Bannon. We've got a massive fight coming up, UFC Paris, Sam Hughes. But before we get onto that, I've just seen you on TalkSport campaigning to get Liam Neeson inside the octagon. So why would he be so good at fighting? Why do you want him in there?
What? I just feel like, and everyone was shocked by him being number one. Like, I feel like that just goes without saying.
Yeah, he's quite a hard guy, but of course you had Roy Keane in the mix as well, who I
Yeah.
imagine he's a pretty good brawler.
I got a lot of beef for not putting him higher up. I definitely did. I didn't realize he'd done boxing before.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
that. So, yeah, maybe I might have hired him up a little bit more. But yeah, it was a random concoction of people that they gave me, to be fair.
Yeah, there was a random lineup, but I imagine Roy Keane, Liam Neeson, and the entire lineup would all fall foul to your skills because you're obviously the UFC fighter in the mix right now, and they haven't quite managed to get to that level. But you've obviously got this big fight coming with Sam Hughes. Tell me a little bit about it, a breakdown, a prediction.
So I think Sam is kind of like your generic American fighter, if that's not controversial. Um, she kind of comes forward a lot. She's a lot of overhands and she's a little bit of wrestling going on. She's tough. She has good cardio, and I think like she has a good chin. You know, like she's been hit with heavy shots and keeps going forward. So she's a tough opponent. I know it's going to be a gritty fight, but I've prepared for that. I've literally been through the trenches the past few weeks with the camp that I've done. So I'm prepared for like a war if it needs to be a war. Do you know what I mean? I'm really excited for it as well. I'm actually looking forward to kind of that bite down and just go. Um yeah, like I feel like I've really prepared for her, and I think it's going to be my best performance to date. I feel like the first, like obviously my debut, you're nervous, there's a lot going on. Then it was my first win after that, and then the last time I got dropped with a head kick. But I feel like this is my fourth fight now. I know what to expect. I know what it feels like being in there. I know what fight week is like. It's a new location as well. But like I know the structure and the setup of the UFC now, and I feel like it's my home now. Whereas prior to that, I was still getting used to a couple of things, and there was still like I don't know. I just feel at home now, and I'm excited, and I think that's going to show in my performance.
100%, you're going from strength to strength. How far away do you think you are from that UFC world title shot?
Well, like, look, at this fight's going to bring me up in the rankings. Another fight after that could bring me into the top 15. Then once you're in the top 15, you can get someone in the top 10. Every time you beat someone, then you're going to jump that ranking space. And like you see in the strawweight fight that's announced today, and number five is fighting for the belt. Do you know what I mean? So you don't even need to be number one or two to go for the belt. You can be in the top five or six, depending on your winning streak and depending on who you've beaten and what the UFC want. And the opportunities arise. And I do believe that. And I just need to keep focusing on going out and performing and getting the wins and working up in the rankings. And I think that that's going to lead me to where I want to be.
100%. And obviously, you've got a great team around you. Paddy Holohan. Can you tell me some of your favorite memories of being around him? Because I imagine the pair of you must have gone on a crazy journey together.
You could write a book on the journeys, the good and the bad. There's been mad journeys. Like I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Paddy. Like he doesn't like just guide me and mentor me in a way that he cares about himself. He puts me first, and I don't think like there's so many coaches that are out there, and they have like they might have 40 pro athletes or 50 pro athletes, and they've so much to give to so many different people, whereas like Paddy likes to build fighters from the start and grow them into professionals, and that's what he's done with me and a couple more in the gym. And like it's just genuine. Like he'd sit down with me and we'd have like a deep conversation about making every single decision that I've made in my career, and there's been so many, like even like from my amateur career to my pro career to signing with Invicta. Like when I was signing with Invicta, there was so many different options there, and like it took weeks to decide. Like we were like, will we go with PFL? Will we go with them? Will we go with Aries? Will we go like there was so much, and like he put so much time and effort into me, and he has his own stuff going on. Like he's running a gym, he's a counselor, he's his family, like and like a million and other one things that he does that people don't even see, and he still puts so much time into me. Like I don't think that I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for him, and I'm so lucky that I had my MMA journey with Houlihan Martial Arts and all my training partners that are there as well, and my teammates. It's just like I'm so grateful for the journey that I'm having with them, because I don't think if that whole gym wasn't there, I don't think that would have gotten to where I am. Do you know what I mean? Everybody that's around me, there's no no one's trying to beat each other. We're all just trying to help each other and grow and support. And there really isn't a lot of gyms that are like that. Obviously, my kickboxing background, I was in a gym with my dad. So my dad obviously had my best interest at heart. And like I've been lucky in that sense that I've always had good people around me for my martial arts career, but it's not often like you hear such horror stories and you see like I see it around me, people being directed in the wrong way and like I'm so grateful for Paddy. Like having him in my corner is a huge part of my success. Like it wouldn't be possible without him.
100%. You've got loads of good people around you. I know you've got a good friendship with Molly McCann. So what are some of those sparring sessions like?
Do you know what? I only was messaging her today and I was like, Molly, this is going to be my first UFC fight week without you. She was like, I'll FaceTime you every day. And she's in camp as well. She was like, because I remember when she retired, I was like, Molly, how am I going to do fight week without you? Because we've always been on the London cards together or the Manchester cards. And she was like, I'll come to your fight week. But she's obviously in camp now as well herself. So she has her bits and bobs going on with her businesses and everything else too. But yeah, like, she's been a huge support to me as well. Like even like going back to my debut, like she was like, "You go here to get your meals. You go here to get your supplements. You do this. You do." Like I hadn't a clue. I was just winging it, and I was like, "Oh, do you know what I mean?" And obviously, Paddy had been there before, but had changed so much since he was an active fighter. So like, I really had a lot of support from Molly even before being in the UFC. Like I was training with her as an amateur, and she was a pro. Do you know what I mean? So like it's like she's been a huge part of my career as well.
100%. And you've obviously gone all around the world with fighting. I've seen on your Instagram there's a picture of you in Thailand with Valentina Shevchenko. What was it like? Did you get an opportunity to spar her? What was it like being around her?
No, so we were training in Tiger. Me and Molly were going down there. We were doing most of our training in Bangtao, but then we were going to Tiger to do boxing pads with John Boy, the Irish coach, and Valentina was there. But I think she was finished her training session, so we didn't get to train. But we were just chatting with her, and we got the picture taken. And but no, we didn't get a chance to train with her. But she's so nice, so friendly. Like, do you know what I mean? Some people, like, you think. Because, like, obviously some fighters have egos and they don't speak to anyone, but, like, majority of them are just sound and, like, we're all normal human beings at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to kind of see that normality in someone that's, like, done what Valentina has done. Like, nobody has, like, she has all the rubies on the belt and now I only seen today Whaley and her are fighting for the belt now.
Hmm.
That's exciting.
And going
Yeah.
from Thailand back to Ireland, I saw on your Instagram there's a picture of you and Conor McGregor at his bar. What was that experience like? I imagine being around him must be pretty mental.
Yeah, like Connor's great. Like I think he supported me for my whole career, and the food in the Black Forge is gorgeous as well.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, you've done so many amazing things. We've talked about some of the great things you've done in your career, going out to Thailand, the relationship we've got with Molly. What do you think is the craziest story that's happened to you in your career? The craziest memory?
I suppose probably fighting pregnant.
Wow.
That's kind of a little bit crazy, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah, I was like 6 weeks pregnant fighting Dakota, and I suppose like that was a big shock to me as a human being, but also then I was like, oh my God, I actually fought because I only found out like maybe 10 days after the fight. And I rang the hospital because you have to like register to say you're pregnant or whatever. And they were like, yeah, your 12 week scan, just come in and we'll check you then. I was like, I just have one little thing that maybe might be important. I was like, I actually had a 5 round neatly. And they're like, okay, just come in and we'll give you a scan. So yeah, I suppose that was a crazy story. My son has done 5 rounds of an MMA fight in my belly. But yeah, there's a lot. I think I'll write a book when I finish fighting.
100%. I imagine that'll be a very interesting book to read. I mean, you're so passionate about fighting. I know your OnlyFans is something you're passionate about as well. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, like I started OnlyFans in March this year and it's been going great. Like it's such a good way to kind of get closer to my fans because I suppose like on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, it's hard to engage with people on that. Do you know what I mean? So this is a behind the scenes show content from like my training to my nutrition and stuff that I wouldn't really maybe have the time to show on Instagram. And I put time aside now to kind of work on that and show and share with my fans and just give like a little bit back to them because it's like it's great to have the support, especially from people that are supporting me from years, you know, and it's just nice to give back and get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, it's great that you're able to do that. And hopefully you can give them a really positive update when you get the win in Paris. But Shauna, thank you so much for giving me some time. I really appreciate it. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to mention?
No, just everybody make sure to tune in next week, next Saturday. I think I'm scheduled for the first fight, so it's on 6 Paris time. So I think that'd be 5 Irish time. But yeah, tune in because it's gonna be a war.